It's an older house, and then you go back here, it's a huge yard. See a computer over there?
Yeah, so they wanted to see it right from their office.
Yeah, so right out here.
As we finished this, they moved their office into that room.
A little swing, just like this. And there's not a person that's gonna come to this front door that's not gonna say something about this water feature, or people that don't wanna do this and walk across this bridge to the other side. So here we are in Warrenville, Illinois with Jeff Jarris and Illinois Water Features. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
And your beautiful daughter. Yeah. Are you 18?
Woo! Yeah, 18.
18. And your foreman, Nick. And here is a beautiful aquascape ecosystem. And this was your first year in business. 4 years ago you built it.
One of our first projects, our first summer.
Dude, it looks fantastic. I love the seating area here. The only thing I don't love about my job is having to leave, because I want to sit right here and take that view in. And that sound. Good work, my man.
Thank you.
So you had worked for other people, and then this was the first year you launched your business. You started doing this for your customers.
Yeah, I worked for a bunch of different people. I wanted to do my own thing because I had Emma. And I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to go on the road. I didn't want to work out of state.
Yep.
So I said, I'm starting my own business. And I think this was the third pond we built the first time we were in business, or the first season.
Uh-huh. So it's an aquascape ecosystem pond kit.
It was a kit. It's an 11 by 16 with a 10-foot stream. We had like 8-9 tons of stone in here.
So 18,000 pounds of boulders, moved by hand, or did you have a machine?
We did have a machine for this one. We hand dug the shelves, we moved all the dirt up there, and we set all the boulders with the machine.
I'm assuming the customers just love it.
They love it. I mean, she was out here yesterday. We came by just to see how it looked, and she was putting some mulch in, some extra plants.
Well, she's a gardener. She's a gardener.
And it looks gorgeous.
This pond's been here for 4 years. It's a fully functioning aquascape ecosystem water feature. So we got a biofalls up here.
A biofalls 2500 and a skimmer 1000.
Right here, so you can barely see the skimmer.
It's hidden by all these plants.
The hosta's there, yeah.
But the water just flows in. There's a basket. Lift the basket out to remove any debris.
Yep.
And the pump sits down there. There's a filter pad. So that's your first filter.
Yep.
Everything flows up to the top, and that's where your beneficial bacteria breeds up at the top.
Beautiful, and beautiful garden. And look at this, it's an older house, and then you go out back here, it's a huge yard. And so one of the big important things, Jeff, is where you locate it. And the fact is they wanted to be able to see this. I mean, if you look right there, there's sunroom, I think, that is over there.
Office.
Oh yeah, I see a computer over there.
Yeah, so they wanted to see it right from their office.
Yeah, so right out here.
As we finished this, they moved their office into that room. And the husband absolutely loves it.
That is cool. And she's obviously a gardener with all these beautiful landscape plants and everything. And then to have this, not only do they have a patio over here, but they put a little sun pergola on here. Are you enjoying the day, honey?
Yep.
You like your dad's business?
Mm-hmm.
And look, a little swing, just like this.
The pond got done our first year in business, and then the next summer we actually came out and did this little patio for them.
Sure.
They wanted somewhere to sit right by.
The hardscape and softscapes are so important to a water feature because you're going to spend, just like you're doing right now, you're going to spend hours on end relaxing and listening to that sound, watching the birds come down and bathe in the stream, you know, and of course all of the fish. And you can see what the fish are doing right there. People that don't have rock and gravel in their ponds, those fish are actually nibbling on the algae. This is a healthy ecosystem pond. Those are koi fish, and they have whiskers, and the reason they have whiskers is that they can root around. So if you just have a bare bottom pond right now and you don't have the kind of clarity that you want, first of all, you got to build an aquascape ecosystem pond, and there's 5 parts of the beautiful pond recipe. Fish are one of them, plants are another one, rock and gravel, mechanical filter, biological filter, and those are the 5 parts of a beautiful pond recipe. But I'm telling you right now, if you do it right, you'll have a balanced ecosystem, beautiful water lilies right here, and just a spectacular place to relax and enjoy. And then this is a labor of love. I guarantee you that this garden, to maintain this and weed free and everything else, takes more maintenance than that area that is just the pond. Just a spectacular backyard. We got butterflies out here, birds. This is just beautiful. I just love doing this. This never gets old for me. Every time I stop and see a water feature, it's a unique work of art, one-of-a-kind custom creation. And the artists that build them, which is why I focus so much on the certified aquascapes contractors on this channel, every one of them has their own different style. So you can tell when you see a waterfall artist, he knows what he's doing if it looks this natural. Some of the things that, Jeff, that I like that you did about this, I love the sedums. So you don't just see rock. You see some rocks, you see some plants. The goal is that you don't want to know where the water ends and the land begins. How do you go about as a designer when you're talking to a consumer that wants a water feature? Like, what are some of the things that you go through in the process?
So she really wanted to plant this all herself. When we came out, when we finished, I told her, here's your canvas, now it's time to paint. She really, really wanted to get plants that soften the edges of the pond, and you can see on that edge, all those sedums just come right over, almost into the water. You can't even tell where the rocks are anymore, and it looks fantastic.
It really does. How fun is this coming back and visiting the ponds that you built and seeing how the people are living the aquascape lifestyle?
When we come here to do clean outs in the springtime, it's frigid, cold, our weather is awful. But when we came back yesterday and saw this and how nice it looked, we were so happy. Everything looks great.
So one of the cool things is this is a destination rock, right?
Yeah, so this is their feeding rock. When this rock was set, we said this is where you're gonna come every time and feed your fish. And literally, we were fixing a light underneath it yesterday, and the fish swam right up to my dad and started nibbling on his fingers. So they know that if somebody's here, they're gonna get fed.
Look at how these two frame rocks choke that waterfall down. I mean, that's gotta be maybe 5 inches there, but look at how that flow comes through. So upper pool, first of all, you don't see the biological filter, it's completely hidden up there. Bigger upper pool, choked down into smaller little area here with 2 giant frame rocks, opens back up again, and then flows back in through a slightly larger waterfall. But I guarantee you, when Jeff saw this rock in the way it was shaped, he goes, that would be perfect for a Horsetail Falls waterfall, which is exactly what it is. You don't see koi that live in bare bottom ponds as active as koi with rock and gravel, because this is literally how they were bred, to scavenge with their whiskers, and that's what they're doing here. They're just scavenging all the little seeds that blow in here. People sometimes don't feed their fish, and you don't have to. If you're gone for a week, you don't have to, but it's just like with people. The better nutrition, the better, the healthier the fish are gonna be. But if you're going out of town for a week, go out of town for a week and the fish will just do this. They'll just scavenge in an ecosystem-based pond. We need you to save somebody and put them in the pond.
If I set you down there, can you grab him and hand him to me?
Wait, let me see what it is.
It's not a skunk.
It's a toad. Come here.
Toad, there's one right there and there's one in the corner under them leaves.
Way.
I just saw it.
Oh, they're just toads. You're making your old man get down there?
I'm not going down there. I'm never touching a toad.
You know what happens when you kiss a toad?
You turn it.
Here, there was
What do you got there, buddy?
right there on the right. Yeah, right where you kind of go
Cute.
right there, straight down. He was burrowing under them leaves right
Go.
there.
Get him.
Oh, and another little baby.
Oh my gosh, there's a lot of them in here.
Toad madness.
They fall in there, at least, you know what?
I want to keep him.
Where'd that little guy go?
Oh, he got out through the hole.
Oh, yep, he's hopping away. Hop, hop, hop. Well, you know what? Let's put him in the pond. No, I pick him up, he'll pee. So, come on. You don't mind that, do you? There we go, buddy. Be free. Say hi to your friends that are rooting around. And now they're gonna lay eggs in here. What we got there? Oh, a leopard frog. Cool.
They go the other way, dude.
Wow, they got a lot of frogs in there. Now he'll love it in here. And you know what? Leopard frogs are awesome because a lot of times they're native. There he is. They get out-competed by bullfrogs and get eaten by bullfrogs. So having a nice little place like that for them to live in is perfect. We did our good deed for the day. Smile, big smile. Oh, a front yard water feature. We are in Lombard, Illinois. I'm with Jeff Jarris, Illinois Water Features, and Emma, his 15-year-old daughter.
Yep.
every time I ask her, she's a different age. And Nick, the foreman in training. And did you build this one or is this before your time, Nick?
Before me.
Okay, look at this. Front door pond. I love it. Just a nice little small pond. So how long has this been in here, Jeff?
Almost 2 years, just
Okay.
about 2 years.
And so what's the story with this one?
She really wanted a pond. And she contacted me, we went over pricing and everything, and she said she really couldn't afford what she wanted at that time. I told her to go on Aquascape pond tours, and she saw some amazing features that you guys have done, and she called me back a year later and said she was ready and it was time, and we came in and threw this in.
Okay, so give me the dimensions of this a little bit.
So this is kind of a custom size. I think it's like 16 by 12, 32 inches deep, and this was built in 2 days.
Okay, so what's involved with building this? So this has got, you know, you got the excavation, the liner, the rock work, mechanical skimmer, biological filter, some jets in here.
You have jets.
Okay, so she really wanted koi and...
Yeah, so these fish are 2 years old, and she got them when they were 4 inches, and look at how big they are.
They are big.
Plenty of room in this pond for them to grow.
They are big. So what would an investment like this be for the whole kit and caboodle as you see it, with the mechanical skimmer, a biological filter, pump, plumbing, liner, rockwork, berm, stream, retaining wall, and jets?
We sold this for $16,500.
So $16,000, and there's not a person that's gonna come to this front door that's not gonna say something about this water feature, or people that don't wanna do this, just like Emma was just doing, and walk across this bridge to the other side. Emma, you're like 18, right?
Yeah. My dad just doesn't know when my birthday is.
Explain how the jets work.
The pump for the jets is a 3PL. We stubbed out with 2-inch plumbing and then went down to 1-inch plumbing, ran it behind the rock work on both sides, and then it just jets out in 2 separate spots.
And the reason that you do that is because it's good for the healthy balance of the ecosystem. The fish love to swim against the
Yeah,
jets.
they like swimming against the current, and it kind of pushes some of the debris right towards the skimmer, which is what we want. We want to be able to collect all of that debris into the skimmer.
Look at that. The flower is opening up underwater. Inch underwater there. I love front yard water features because there is nothing that you could put in the front yard that will make as much. There's nothing you can put in the backyard or the front yard that'll make as much of an impact as a water feature. But what I love about front yard water features is it's curb appeal. People are trying to get their grass greener, but get rid of the grass, put in a water feature, and you will absolutely say to the neighborhood, we live the aquascape lifestyle. And to me, that's what this is all about. It's all about showcasing how people live the aquascape lifestyle to inspire new people to do it as well. If you like this stuff and you want to find a certified aquascape contractor like Jeff in your area, check out the link below to find a certified aquascape contractor so you too can start living the aquascape lifestyle. I love my job.